This is Paul, the SDR guy, and in today's video, we're going to be covering both recording and processing in SatDump 2.x with. We'll be showing you both GUI examples and command line interface examples. All right, here is my antenna setup that I'm using in today's video. And if you'll notice here, I've got a USB battery pack, and here I have a GOES Soulbird, and notice that I'm powering it from the USB battery. Below that I have a DC blocker, and that is going into my rtlsdr. And then I have a 25-foot powered USB cable. So that's the basic hardware setup that I have. Forgive me, I'm just using blue painter tape to temporarily hold these items together. So I'm outside in my garage. I have everything hooked up, antenna, etc. And I'm going to go ahead and launch SatDump. And let's go ahead and make the screen a little bit larger. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a recorder to begin with. I can either come down here and click on add recorder, or I can come up here and add a recorder. Either way works fine. We can disregard the errors in the lower right-hand corner. I'm using rtlsdr. That's the serial number of this device. I have the frequency tuned in for GOES 19. And I am, as you will see in another video segment here, I am not turning on the bias T because I'm using a battery pack and a DC blocker at the antenna. So let's go ahead and start this up. And I do have the antenna pointed in the direction that I desire. So I'm going to come down here and click on tracking, and currently it's set for a meteor satellite. So we're going to change this to GOES 19. And here we go, GOES 19. So we're going to select that. We can come down here, click on object information. This shows us where our elevation azimuth needs to be set, and I've already done that. So let's now go to processing, and what we're going to do is live process this. So we're going to select the GOES RHRIT pipeline. So we have that selected. We're going to come down here and we're going to turn on DC blocking, fill missing data, scroll down a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and click on save here. I'm going to make sure that the frequency is set to HRIT, and I'm going to click start. And since I have the antenna pointed in the proper direction, you should see something like this on the constellation diagram. And my average signal to noise is running around 4.6, peak at 5.4. And as you can see, we're starting to receive an image. And so I have, before we started, I came over here to File, Settings, and File Input Output, and I set my output directory. So be sure to set yours to wherever you want these files to go. And if we come over here, let me back out a little bit. And so I've actually been recording for a little while, but I wanted to go ahead and show you uh, how these images come in. If we look here, we have admin messages here. You can pop this open in editor and you can read all of the information they have there. And we have many images that are available here. We move up. Now we have National Weather Service, and there's a considerable amount of information that shows up here for all over the country. I'm going to just drill down into one of these. And so there's a legend here that shows you what all of the colors are. And once you're here, you can zoom into these images if you choose to do so. But there's a wealth of information here. And let's go ahead and go back up. We also have L2 images. And we have our primary images directory. We drill down into GOES 19. We have mesoscale images. And if we come back here to full disk, and here we see all of our full disk images. And so there you have it. We're going to also take a look at how to do the same kind of thing by using the command line interface. All right, I'm going to next show you how to do command line live processing. And I wanted to show you the output directory here before we get started. There's nothing in it. I will include these uh, command lines in the video description. So here we go. We're off and running. It's telling us we're synced. We're starting to create some data products. And you can see already we're starting to see some things show up. It's a bit early in the process to see much. We'll let it run just a little bit longer, and then we'll go ahead and stop it. Once again, you've already seen all of these data products, and I'm just showing you some different ways that you can obtain them. So here you can see it's well on its way to generating the data products. So once again, this shows you how you can use the CLI, the command line interface, to do live processing. Our next thing we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do recording with the CLI. So the precise command that I'm using will be in the video description. So I want you to notice at the end, in this particular instance, we're using the output format of CS8. And you cannot specify on the command line the path for the output, the file that is output. What you need to do is to change directory into the directory that you want the recording to go. And so if you'll notice here, I've CD'd into something I'm calling CLI Recording. So let's go ahead and hit enter. And as you can see, it's telling how many megabytes it has written out. And you can see our file here. And let's go ahead and stop this. We're going to stop it with Control C. And let's change this to go with just straight up ZIQ. And that is working. There you have it. We've basically showed you how to use the GUI and the CLI to record. We're now going to do some processing of the two GUI-based recording. So let's go ahead, open up SatDump. And we're going to add a recorder. And what we need to do now is change the source to a file source. And once we do that, notice there's something new open. shows up here. And we're going to come over here, and this is the location of both of our files. So I'm going to open the CS8 file for processing. So we're going to select that. We're going to click open, and we're going to come down here to processing. And the first thing we want to do is to get our goes RHRIT pipeline. Then we want to come down here. We want to put a check mark by DC blocking, fill missing data, and let's go ahead and save all of the MWin files. We want frequency set to HRT. And the next thing that we're going to do is we've got basically a recorded baseband file that we've saved. So I have to click start. So it starts the playback. And I'm now going to come down here in the processing section and click on start. And this is the directory that the files are going to be placed. And it's just started running, so we're not seeing a whole lot in here yet. Here's some of the text files. Let's pop one of them open and take a look. Weather roundup for Alaska. So at any rate, there are lots and lots of these text files. And in the interest of saving time, I'm not going to let this whole thing run, but you would be seeing all of the normal GOES 19 images by going through this process. So let's go ahead and stop this. And let's go over here and let's open up. Well, I have to stop it first. And this time, let's go ahead and open our ZIQ file. And notice it says it's telling us ZIQ seeking may be slow. And let's go ahead, start this up. Come down here, start here again. And so we will, and once again, in the interest of saving time, we will go ahead and stop this. This will generate the whole array of GOES 19 data products like other in other aspects of the video series we've been showing you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. This is Paul, the SDR guy. If you like today's video, please consider liking and subscribing. And with that, have a super fantastic day.